There's only one thing to do.
Drop it. Yeah.
Perhaps I didn't make myself clear. I said supper is ready. Is anyone still unclear as to the supper situation? No? Excellent. Didn't know robots go PMT?
Crichton the Matang was upgraded into Crichton the Golurk. Red Dwarf, definitely one of my favorite shows ever. Red Dwarf, Mr. Science Theater, they go like that. I don't even know which one I like better. It's really hard to say. But anyway, this is going to be against a man by the name of Jiggle Physics. He's going to try setting up against my defensive leftovers, Crichton the Golurk. It's not really going to work out for him, but he is going to be able to do whatever he wants with Just Keep Swimming. I'm just going to leave it in case he wants to Shell Smash now. So he's pretty much death foddered, and I can Thunder Wave him because, you know, the Swift Swim is going to be a problem for this team since this is my Manual Rain NU team. And he's going to Shell Smash now, but because of the paralysis, Mr. Hat is going to be faster and, you know, just take him out. So, you know, I can see trying to outspeed after a Shell Smash, but it doesn't work out. The paralysis just slows you down way too much. Now, he's going to throw out his throw, lol, and he is going to circle throw me, get me out of there, and I'm just going to U-turn Mr. Pants out of there, and now he's going to go for a storm throw, which is kind of weird. It would have been a lot more beneficial to him had he continued circle throwing, because, you know, if he had forced out my light part again, that would have wasted, you know, my time, and, you know, the rain would have ended, and it would have been annoying, but, yeah, Chain Chomp is out. I'm just going to go for a Sucker Punch against Captain Redeye. Now, this is a Mystic Water Basculin. I know this because I've seen his team on another guy's channel, and that's really, really kind of cool because it throws me through a loop. I think it's Banded or Scarfed or something, and it isn't, and he's able to switch up attacks, and I just don't know. So, yeah, he's kind of backed up into a corner here as his last two Pokemon are Bastiodon and Audino. And, yeah, I'm just going to go for Hydro Pumps, and, you know, after a while I'm just going to decide to screw it, and I'm going to switch out into Armaldo. Yeah, about right here, because, you know, the Protect attack is as obvious as day. He's definitely going to want to stall out to get as much toxic damage as he can, so I'm just going to go into Articuno and try to Rapid Spin, just for the sake of Rapid Spinning, but then I get the bright idea. I'm like, hey, I'm sitting here, there's nothing he can really do to me, why don't I just go for a couple Hone Claws? I think I only go for it once, but once is all I need because that's going to allow my Stone Edge to hit every time, which is really cool. I don't really know what accuracy it brings Stone Edge to, but yeah, I'm not going to miss it at all as I just go for a Stone Edge here, and it does a cool 70%. He's going to throw that Toxic on my face, but I'm holding the Lumberry, bitch! So that I can, you know, boost ups on people and they can't, you know, Thunder Wave me or whatever to get rid of my Swift Swim or whatnot. And so, yeah, not even Bastiodon can take two of the Stone Edges because of the Boosty Boost and the Stab and all that, so that's really cool. Once again, Articuno the Armaldo is going to take out an unwitting victim, and this time it is Jiggle Physics. Now, this is going to be a very interesting match against someone by the name of Bugsy. He's going to lead with a Pinsir. I'm just thinking we're going to exchange Stealth Rock straight away, but instead he's going to switch out, and I actually ask him here, I'm like, why did you put the timer on? Because in real life this guy was taking forever and a half to choose his moves. And then I'm like, why didn't you just throw up Stealth Rocks? And then he's like, I have no idea what SR is, and as far as the timer goes, I feel like, I don't feel like waiting for you to make obvious decisions. And I'm like, okay. So Suya comes out, he's going to go for the Giga Drain, which is really weird, as I can just Shadow Punch it away, and Crichton Supper is ready. Supper is ready indeed, my friend, as he's gonna kind of overpredict and go throw up some Stone Edges, and you know, he might even miss, and I can take him out with another punch, but no, he's just gonna hit and crit here, and that's fine, because I'm once again gonna throw out Lipard, and then he's like, haha, well, if it isn't the biggest gimmick in the game, and at this point I'm just calling his shit. And then he's like, apparently I spoke too soon, because I'm gonna live that Stone Edge like a man, Mr. Pants, like the man Mr. Pants is with that max HP investment, and paralyze him, get up the range so that Chain Chomp will definitely outspeed after the paralysis and the Swift Swim boost. And yeah, once again, just like the last match, somebody's gonna try to status me, and this guy also has a Lumberry. This team has double Lumberry and Armaldo and Huntail, because both of them are status bait, and he is just going to forfeit here, which is fine by me. And now we're going to go into the final match against the Metagross Killer. Another match against the Metagross Killer. He has his YouTube, which I will link in the description. He's going to lead with Electros, I'm going to lead with Coconut, suspecting the Golurk lead. Was a little afraid of the Pinsir lead, but I figured he wouldn't go for it. Now I'm going to switch right out into Charizard. Pretty risky, as he could have gone for a rock move. But because he didn't, I know he's probably a choiced set of the Pinsir variety, so I'm just going to set up a Sunny Day in his face. Sorry for the lagginess of this replay. All three of them seem to be pretty laggy, and yeah, as I set up the Sunny Day, Samurot's going to come out, and I'm just going to blast it out of the sky with a Solar Beam. But he's going to predict masterfully my switch back into Exeggutor. Perhaps a lesson learned from the first couple matches when I just switched right out into Charizard. So now I'm outside. Now I'm out of an Exeggutor, which is really, you know, I would rather have an Exeggutor. But at the same time, Charizard threatens his team so much that it's kind of a win-win. So I'm pretty much fine with losing Exeggutor. And right now, I'm going to paralyze Gardevoir in case it ever wants to trace Swift Swim, because I have been defeated by trace Swift Swim Gardevoir before, and I don't want any of that. I'm like, no Gardevoir, no thank you, please. I am just going to paralyze you right away. Now he has a Crichton of his own here, and he's actually going to go for a Toxic as I go for a Sucker Punch, predicting him to not use the Toxic. The second time, though, I am going to take the Toxic, and I'm just going to Earthquake out as he switches out. And yeah, I just go for an Earthquake again. And, you know, again, the Protect is obvious as day. I don't even remember if he goes for it. In fact, it might be so obvious that he goes for a Wish instead. No, he goes for a Scald, which wouldn't have done anything at the very... Yeah, actually, it probably wouldn't even killed me because the sun is up, but... yeah, so Mamba Love Disc is a pain to deal with because my Exeggutor is gone, but you know, there are bigger problems in the world. I can definitely deal with it later. Now, I am going to Toxic whatever wants to switch in, and it happens to be this Pinsir here, which is great, so I'm just going to Scald him. He's going to lose a lot of life. He's in the yellow range now, and he's Toxic, so he's not going to stick around for very much longer, and yeah, he's going to switch into his Big Love Disc and then switch back out into Gardevoir, predicting me to Toxic, and I do. Now I pretty much am forced to switch out into Mr. Pants as I believe I get up the sun one last time as Gardevoir kills me. And yeah, that's perfect, as Wheatley can just blow it away with the you know, the Fire Blast. And if I said Swift Swim earlier, I meant to say Chlorophyll, because this is actually my Sun team. Because yeah. So this is gonna be probably probably the coolest series of turns in the match, as Mama Love Disc is going to be a complete bish. I'm predicting him to predict me to use Solar Beam, and I'm predicting him to switch out into Pinsir. And yeah, because if Pinsir switches into a Solar Beam, it is going to outspeed me, because I am Leftover Zard, and Scarf Pinsir outspeeds Leftover Zard, and he can probably take a Solar Beam and then retaliate with a Rock Slide or Stone Edge or whatever he has. So that is why I keep going for Fire Blast here, but I guess the game plan for him is to stall out the Sun completely, which, you know, that makes sense too. But without the solar power, I am not going to be able to take down this Love Disc with an Air Slash. So the Love Disc is actually going to triumph over Wheatley the Charizard, which is a little sad, but that's okay. I have my Scarf Boy George at full health. He is so reliable late game in NU, and he's so reliable that he's going to take that Crichton Shadow Punch and live on 3%. So yeah, I guess Golurk is in NU for a reason, huh? Kind of sad. That was probably minimum damage, and but he is going to make a really smooth prediction once again. Predict me to switch into my rock type, but because Golem is such a beast, I'm going to live on that low percent and take it out with the Sucker Punch, and that is going to make a super sweet 3-0 against the Metagross Killer. And like I said before, I will leave his link in the description. He uploads lots of things. I think he uploads Wi-Fi battles and Pokemon Showdown stuff, and in general, he is a very cool dude. And yeah, if you enjoyed this video, feel free to comment and like, and as always, I will see you later, YouTube.